Spoiler warning, obviously. Guys, today I'm here to do a little analysed review on the Super Mario Bros. Movie, since this movie came out back in April, like 2 months ago actually. Wow, 2 months ago. Wow. Jesus Christ. You guys are probably wondering, or if you're just new, or maybe you're old to this subscribers, you probably say, Ross, have you already reviewed this movie, like, just 2 months ago? Well, yes, but it's just like a wee short review how I give my general thoughts, but I would like to change that title to my first impressions on the film. I'll leave the link description down below, or you can check out if you want to see my original thoughts on the film. This is just my up-to-date thoughts, or my analysed review on the movie itself. While the film does receive mixed reviews from critics, but mostly positive between the audiences and the Mario fans, while yes, I will say the most that most Mario fans and audiences seem to really enjoy or even love the Super Mario Bros. Movie. While yes, I did enjoy it in first viewing, even though there are some issues and problems with the film, but on second and third and fourth viewing on the movie, I hate to say this, guys. The more I think about it, I didn't like it as much. I know some of your fans out there are ready to hate me on what I'm going to say on this review, and of course there'll be dislikes on the review on the film, and of course I had to give my honest opinion. To say this now, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is extremely underwhelming movie. Not awful, just underwhelming. And of course I did some research and look at the film itself, but even though there are some fans out there who do seem to enjoy it or love it, or some people praise it as like the holy grail of video game movies adaptations, well yes, there are some critics who admit there are some problems with the film, but they still enjoy it, have fun with it. And I do have some fun spots for this film as well, like the Mario Kart scene, which is probably the highlight of the film, with its drumming, colourful rainbow bridge scene, and of course the battle sequence is really enjoyable for the most part, and of course Mario did the wahoo most of the time, which I quite liked. It's very entertaining and pretty much enjoyable for the most part. And yes, of course, the Donkey Kong and Mario fight scene, which is pretty enjoyable, and of course Seth Rogen does give his best performance as the voice of Donkey Kong, and of course the Donkey Kong rap song, which is probably enjoyable for the most part, I quite liked. And of course Jack Black is the voice of Bowser, who is probably the highlight of the film and gives his best voiceover. And of course the song Peach's Song, which is probably the most enjoyable and most stuck in my head song before Let It Go from Frozen. But heck, if this one gets the Oscar, then I'm going to riot for this one. And yes, the voice cast from everyone does give their all the best performance they can, despite the script isn't strong enough. And of course Chris Pratt is enjoyable as Mario, and probably the best part of the film. And yes, I will say there are some enjoyable moments like the animation and the video game references, and there's some enjoyable fun to have this film. Well yes, it's fun for nostalgia for Mario fans. They'll leave a big smile on their faces and they'll come out and say this is a great video game movie. Which I can see that why. But when you look at this film as a whole, it's very underwhelming, because the lack of character development and all the other stuff, because who stands out in the entire film? Who is the big crowd of it? But so far, most audiences seem to enjoy it and just ignore about the character development and the storytelling. Well, yes, the story is simple, but I'm not expecting a deep story themes or complex storytelling like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, or any other animated films out there has deep messages and deep themes. But I was expecting it to have something underneath its surface. And while yes, I'm not trying to be like Martin Scorsese when it says it's not cinema, the MCU, and of course it's Illumination we're all talking about, because they know how to make films, and of course these stupid minions are so fucking annoying! And that is the biggest problem with the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It plays it too safe. And that's what Illumination is. They just play it too safe, just a simply easy to consume movie. Well, yes, I do appreciate for its faithfulness to its video game counterpart and its colourful animation. Well, yes, better than its 1993 live-action adaptation film. But the biggest problem is the characters are so weak and so flat and so underwhelming and so undercooked. Well, we do have a give Mario an arc about him not giving up and of course not letting his brother down with him, but the thing is they don't develop on that. They do say things, but they never go in deep or go in a deep conversation or have a moment to get inside the characters' heads or the scene when Princess Peach talks about her past and how she doesn't know where she belongs, what her origin is, and I'm hoping to have some connection to Mario, but again, it's just so underwhelming and so undercooked and so tired. To mention how Donkey Kong has the similar thing as Mario has about his arc, not him being a screw-up, but the thing is, it's too short. I've spent a deep conversation between Mario and Donkey Kong inside this giant whale, but again, it just doesn't go anywhere. It's just so underwhelming. It just doesn't get much into the characters. By the end of the film, the climax in Brooklyn, with Mario and Luigi teaming up to defeat all the Koopas and defeating Bowser, but again, it doesn't feel earned. It didn't feel like setting up his character arc and nothing going forward. I know I do give the cast and everyone involved in Super Mario Immortal, along with Illumination, worked so hard to make this film good as possible can. I can fathom for it to say they've made the best video game faithfulness to its adaptation, but the thing is, the characters are so weak. It just doesn't have any much earnestness. And I know some Mario fans out there saying, but it's a video game adaptation, what do you expect? Just because it has faithfulness to the games or throwing fan service at you multiple times, like 24 hours, doesn't equal good movie. And just because this film made $1 billion at the box office doesn't consider a good movie. It's still pretty underwhelming and very undercooked. Yes, Super Mario Bros. Movie is a movie you can sit and watch. Yes, I do watch it now and again, and just to watch it for its animation style and its voice acting, and of course, everything about this film is so enjoyable and entertaining. I can give it some credit, it does have some good timing for it. And I get there's fans out there saying, oh, it's a kids movie, what do you expect? Well, just to let you know, guys, kids movies are not meant to be dumb. Yes, you can have some kids movies that can be fun, but still has a deep message or have some character arcs to go through. Well, yes, the Super Mario Bros. Movie doesn't have a complex story. Its story is simple. It's basically two plumbers in Brooklyn goes down to the Mushroom Kingdom to stop this evil lizard or turtle or reptile called Bowser, and of course, live with these Mushroom Kingdom creatures like the toads and also the princess, who's become their princess of the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, I do give it some finality of the film with its some enjoyable moments and some fan service stuff, even though the fan service is cool, but over time I'm saying, can we have some character moments, or at least get inside Mario's head, or how he's feeling about this, how he's feeling as a character as he's growing, and how he's not so attached to long lost brother Luigi. But again, when it does say that, but it doesn't go anywhere. Yes, you do have a flashback with Luigi, him as a baby, along with Mario, when the kids just bullied him. But again, it doesn't go anywhere. It just felt underwhelming. It felt undercooked. But again, look, I do think fans will love this movie, and I do respect them for it, and I do think it's an enjoyable film. Yes, if you're a Mario fan, if you're just going to this movie expecting a just Mario fan service, game levels, worlds, power-ups, even some of the enjoyable, fun action scenes, then the Super Mario Bros. Movie will be worth your time and worth your money. While yes, it's entertaining for an hour and a half, you can just enjoy this film and have fun with it. You can just turn your brain off and just watch it as a fun, harmless, yet enjoyable, fun adventure video game movie. But if you're one of those guys like me who are expecting more than underneath its surface, than just video game references with characters that have problems, arcs, stories, or even certain aspects of the overall film, then the Super Mario Bros. Movie will disappoint you guys. I hate to say this, and every time I watch it, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse for me. I'm sorry to everyone out there who do like it. I'm sorry, but it has to be said, this film just doesn't do it for me. And I get there's some people out there who do like it, but I just wish this film could have been more some of its parts. And I do respect anyone who out there do like it. And again, if you love this movie, more power to you guys. I'm really glad you like it. I'm so glad. I'm happy for you guys. I envy you, because as much as I would love to get into that film and just say, yeah, let's get into it, And also, I want to mention that I don't think Nintendo has much creative freedom into this film. I think Illumination just wants to focus on, yep, fan service, yep, please the fans, yep, throw fan service in there, throw fan service in there. Love us, guys, love us, 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 love us. Oh, oh, God Almighty! Look. Fan service doesn't bother me if it's done right, but here it's just overjarring and very, 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 very underwhelming for the most part. I hate to say that, but I do respect people who do like it, but again, it just didn't do it for me. I'm sorry, but the fan service and people praising the film and saying it's a good film, then okay, that's fine, guys. I'm glad you liked it. Paraphrase Chris Stuckman's words, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now, but here goes nothing. Let's talk about Phantom Menacing. Phantom Menace is a phrase that a film that you're in denial of that film that didn't live up to expectations. You'll be in denial of a film that whatever film you think of, when you go see that movie, and the moment you come out, and you come out being in denial how bad or disappointing this was, and by the end of the film you say, yeah, it wasn't that good. But so far from what I'm seeing from most audience and critics, or mostly Marvel fans, they seem to enjoy this movie. And it kind of reminds me of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, that everyone seems to love that film so much. Look, is it better than the 1993 film? Well, duh! No shit, Sherlock! Of course it's better than its 1993 film. It has better animation, it has at least have a better story, or a simple one, not so deep and not too complex. And of course, well, yes, it is definitely better than its 1993 film, and it definitely has more faithfulness to the video game source, but that doesn't mean it's equally good. And I know some audiences are loving this film so much. Well, yes, I was disappointed over time after thinking about it and after revisiting the film and seeing other people's reviews on it who give their overall biased opinion or do not like the film. But I will say this now, though. I'd rather watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie over the shitty film that we had earlier this year, which, you know who, well, guess what? Here's the film for this piece of shit film of sorcery. Damn. Well, I'm going to give this a hot take, guys, and I know you fans are going to hate me for saying this, but here goes nothing. My hot take. As much as I do appreciate Mario's movie quality of its faithfulness to its source material and its colourful animation and a nice simple story, but despite its lack of characters, I think Sonic the Hedgehog movies are far better than having character moments than the Mario movie does. Say what you will about the Sonic the Hedgehog films, either both of them, especially the second one, for lacking of faithfulness to its source material and its video game aspects, at the very least, for the most part of the film, at least it has a simple story, but yes, it has some character moments and gives Sonic an arc of him becoming a hero throughout the first two films. The first one with him being lonely and also developing friendship between Tom and Maddie. And the second film is about heroism and also taking responsibilities as a hero and also have a chance to go up against Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. At least it has a heartwarming story and characters and relationships that gets you just into characters and get invested in them. And also, it develops them as a character. Look, Super Mario Bros. Movie is not the worst film I've seen this year. It's not awful. It's not terrible. It's fine. It's watchable. It is entertaining. Surely it's not as bad as Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That film is a big pile of shit of a film of Fest of the Year. Look, if you enjoyed the Super Mario Bros. Movie, again, I'm repeating myself, if you enjoy it, if you had fun with it, even if you admit there are some problems in the movie, then that's fine. That's completely cool. But if you love it, that is simply fine. Again, movies are subjective. It's no big deal. I'm sure we'll have a good normal conversation about it and treat it like movies are subjective because we all have different opinions on movies, guys. It's not a big deal. I know there's been a lot of hate on critics saying critics are biased. They don't like it. They don't understand it. Look, I get it. I get that feeling as well. And I don't want to be one of those critics who cannot be pleased. But I do want to give my honest opinion. If there's something there I don't like, and I will be honest with you, and I will tell you straightforward, and I will not lie to you, and I will promise you. Look, again, I do think the Super Mario Bros. Movie is a slightly better film than the 1993 film, but I just think it has so much potential and so much opportunities and so many things they could have done so much better if the script has a more focus on the characters. I'm not expecting a deep story. I'm not expecting a full-on deep emotional themes or something that make me care about like an emotional hit a deep level. I just want to have fun with this movie, but still make me care for Mario as a character and as a hero, and also a character himself, along with Luigi, Princess Peach, Donkey Kong, Toad, and of course the villain Bowser for the most by his motivations. But look, if you enjoy this film, that's completely fine, guys. I understand. I'm not going to take that away from you. Don't let his opinion affect your opinion and enjoyment of a film. This is just my opinion. I have nothing against you guys liking the film. I'm glad you had fun with it. For me, deep down, this film is just so underwhelming. It just didn't work for me. Again, guys, I do appreciate you guys listening to me, and I do hope you guys enjoy this video. Stay tuned. I will be doing a review on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and of course, I will see you guys in the next video. And of course, guys, take care of yourselves, and like, comment, and subscribe, and please hit that icon bell so you won't miss the future videos in my channel. And of course, guys, until next time, see ya!